Those two.
Which one?
Don't worry about that later.
We made a video.
Sometimes I have extras. Stuff that you never really did need in the first place.
Yeah, that's what you tell yourself. Beloved Motor Company would beg to differ.
I would beg to differ too, except that, you know, it's a worthy excuse when you're okay. Now I got a new one of these. Where's my new one? Look at that. I got these parts. That thing sells for 225 bucks. I got it for free. See the way it's worn in here? See the way that one's not? See the way the ramps aren't worn down like this one is? In here? Where's my new one of these? That ain't it. That's an old one. Fucking new one. Oh, I got some coffee and I got some tea.
Coffee and green tea. You should mix it together.
I got a new one here somewhere. Where the hell did it go? There it is. See this? You know what a compensator does?
No.
See this one here?
Yeah. It's rounded off.
Yeah, that's not as bad, but I noticed there's a considerable amount of wear in this. See how worn that is?
Mm-hmm.
And that one's not. And so it should pass the test. There's a test for it when I'm done. It failed the test before. Okay, this shit goes in here. Like that. And it's all pushed together with a spring, see, and it just gives it some, when you hit the gas, it gives it a little bit of,
See how it ramps
so
up
it's not
on
like you ever pull a car with a chain. You know,
Right.
You know when the chain gets tight, it goes
right.
bang and wants to pull the bumper
Right.
off. Okay, I think that's what this is for. Nobody seems to know what a compensator is for. Exactly.
Compensates for the slackness in the drive
I'm-
all the way back.
I'm told by some is that it's so that if the engine kicks backwards, it don't break the
Yeah.
gear, the
you
drive
gotta
gear
imagine-
and the starter. So I don't know if that's true or not.
Because you
but-
gotta imagine that crank if it were directly geared to that transmission with no springy compensation at anything, anytime there's any slack in it, it's just wham, it's hitting it as hard as it can and breaking teeth off everything.
Well,
The clutch wouldn't slip enough to allow it to do it, so you throw a little compensator on there so it can ramp up and ramp down, and it.
I tell you what I do know. Harley has always used them, and they know more than me.
Like since
No,
the
none of the
original
mechanics
V6.
I know seems to know exactly. People have different opinions, but what I know is Harley knows, and that's good enough. They make a thing that takes this out, actually,
Yep.
aftermarket, but I wouldn't put it in. And if you put a belt on, you don't need it. There's no jarring.
Right.
The belt, take it off.
The belt gives you
You don't want a
enough
belt in the
feel.
primary, they break too much. How about the red Loctite, seen it?
All right, we're here with Scotty down here in Gainesville, Georgia. He's putting his bike back together this morning. We're getting ready to go have some breakfast as soon as he gets it back put together.
I put it together yesterday, but I'm such a slow mechanic. Well, I just gotta put the saddlebags and seat and stuff back on, but put the tools away. I'm always saying my mechanic's a complete fucking moron. I only tolerate him for two reasons. One is because he's cheap, only one I can afford. And the other one is because he gets on my stuff right away. I don't like have to wait. He starts immediately on it. Other than that, I'd fire him to get me a better mechanic.
So he's still
But
got
this
the
belt
bike.
job took me all day, right? Well, I started late yesterday morning. Took
think
me
you-
all day.
I think you need a car wash.
Broke a belt, just had to put a new belt on this. Man. Look at that, got some clean socks in here.
And you're heading back to Asheville, North Carolina in a few days or so.
Well, I'm putting another engine in this motorcycle. You know that, don't you?
Yep. I'm just letting my viewers know.
Well, the reason being,
My few viewers that I don't have as many as you.
This engine runs fine. It's got some kind of an oil problem. It probably wants an oil pump. But it's got a bunch of miles on it, and I have another engine just that I've had sitting there that's a good engine, and I'm gonna just go put that in instead of fixing this one. That's a 95 too. It's a better year. This is a 91 engine, and the 95s had a tendency to be good engines. I don't know why, but they did. They do.
I think we finally got.
Even though it's the same engine, right?
We got Tom coming out this morning. Tom coming out this morning, holding up 2 rifles in the air. I don't know what.
You left yours outside last night. It was underneath the thing. But look what I've got.
Look at that. It's the same
Identical.
thing.
Except with an old-fashioned scope on it. Here's your bolts.
My bullets.
You
Same exact gun. I didn't even know I had it.
Ain't that something? Yep. Hey, you got a darker stock there.
Yeah, it's probably older than yours. Let's see. It runs a 67-22. New Haven, Connecticut.
Hey man, we're gonna go to Rabbit Town after this. You gonna come?
No, I got to take
Of course not.
form to Taylor's doctor.
You got any of these laying around here? I bet you don't, do you?
Washers?
Yeah, like this one.
Those are rare. I don't know. I have to look.
Probably not.
Look at that. That one's got a scope. Look out of that thing.
Well, I want one of those.
Old fashioned, man.
I'm gonna shoot this.
Old fashioned.
Can we shoot it out there or sometime here? I wanna try that scope, man. I wanna try that scope.
I'd have to clean it if I shot it.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Let's see. You need washers.
Maybe I can get them.
This is Tom, our host down here in Gainesville, Georgia. And
way back.
he's going to show us his little bike collection. That's a nice Indian there.
Thank you.
Woo! Man.
You don't ride one or you'll buy one.
Everybody likes those things.
See, these things, the bags on the Indians just come off with a quick release.
Right.
This, you flip
Oh,
those 2 things.
and just pull them off. Wow.
And it's full valance. It doesn't show a shock or anything because it's got a Fox
Well-
shock underneath it right there.
Wow.
They look nice though. Not like a Road King. When you pull the bag off a Road King, you're like, ooh. Hurry up, put that back on. Yeah, everything about the Indians is one level greater than the Harleys. All right,
That's nice.
that's an Indian Chief Vintage. I bought that one in 2014. Daytona Bike Week, March.
And brought it home.
Brought it home. I was down there, I was gonna pick up an old vintage BMW, but I looked at the old BMW and it wasn't in the condition the guy said it was, so I didn't buy that, so I had a trailer. And you don't come home with an empty trailer from Bike Week, you gotta have something on it, so I ended up buying an Indian after I test drove one. This is a Softail Deluxe. And I can't justify ever selling that one because I did.
You're right about that, Tom. I've never come home with an empty trailer from Daytona.
No. That's Softail Deluxe with, these are iron bags made by a family up in Wisconsin. They're leather.
Uh-huh.
They're a little better than the Harley bags. And the Softail Deluxe doesn't come with bags. The Heritage comes with bags, but these don't. This is carbureted. This is a 2005 carbureted. And then this is Biketoberfest this year. Went down with a Milwaukee 8 Harley Ultra and came home with an Indian Roadmaster. This is my second Roadmaster.
Have you even rode this? You still got the paperwork on it.
I rode it home. It's got 600 miles on it. I mean, I got to change the oil. I need to go to the Indian dealer if y'all want to ride somewhere. And these have electric windshield and everything. You know, they're just, they do a good job with these. And then over here, this is the one I rode yesterday to the place. Iron 883. This is like something that fell into my stable. I had a friend that was storing it here, and he was like, why don't you just buy it? And I was like, yeah, I'll just give you $4,000 for it. So I ended up with an 883. Get 50 something miles per gallon. These are great, great around town bikes. Great around town. Quick release windshield, all that stuff.
Okay. Now you got a what is this, Pan American
Super
bike?
Tenere, Yamaha Super Tenere. That one's been to the Arctic Ocean, Alaska, all over the place. That's the Swiss Army knife. And then a Suzuki DR650, which is, I don't even wash it. It's got an 8-gallon gas tank from Australia on it.
Wow.
So it's got like a 400-mile range. And then the CRF 150s, 2 of those for around the property.
One over there.
And then a Honda 250 Rally, which gets you dual sport riding there again.
Right.
That's a dual sporter. Then back here, you got an old car under that Corvette.
Got the Corvette under the tarp.
Yeah, it's an old beat up one. It's got 10,000 miles on it. It's a 2003. This is all my camping stuff from Biketoberfest. So this is 95 Road King. It's got like 44,000 miles on it. 100th anniversary silver black sidecar rig. Harley made 14, kept 2, sold 12. So that's one of 12 they sold globally.
Wow.
It's got 4,000 miles on it maybe.
One of 12?
One of 12 they sold globally.
Wow. It's got the sidecar.
This is my friend's Road Glide. He doesn't have room to store. It's got 105,000 miles on it. I think it's 2009 or 10 maybe. 2010, I don't know. But it runs good. They just stay on battery tenders. Yeah, that's the old sidecar rig.
Right.
I pull it down and drive it every now and then. Yeah, I actually need to put the battery tender on this thing.
Oh, on the vet?
Yeah.
What'd you say? It's all beat up. It doesn't look beat up to me.
Beat up Corvette, man.
Doesn't look beat up to me.
Basically, if you want to buy a new 2003 Corvette, this is the cleanest one I could find.
Wow.
It's owned by a 72-year-old man. It's never been washed.
Never been
It's never been in the rain. It's never had water on it.
Wow. Wow.
Never been watered. He just wiped it down every time he drove it. Scotty loves people like that. Scotty lives for people like that. What's that? Delco battery, all original Delco battery, all that stuff. You know, it's Mobil 1 oil because that's what the Corvettes came with back then.
Right.
He did put a cold air intake on it, a Borla exhaust, and I've got all the original parts, obviously, for that. Original window sticker, all that stuff. It's never been used. It's as new as you'll find one.
Wow. It is in great
Smell the
shape.
inside. Go over here and smell the inside. See, he put plastic covers so nobody would scratch the edges of the floor mats.
Yeah.
You can feel it. You can smell the newness. Maybe through the GoPro you can smell it.
Man, that's in nice shape.
Yeah, it's about as fresh as you'll find one.
Definitely garage kept. Nice little garage here.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta put the battery tender in.
Hey, has this got the Hemi Hellcat in it?
No. Just the V6.
Oh, I figured-
Pentastar V6.
I figured you'd get the Hellcat one.
No, they don't make it for the truck yet.
Yeah, I think they did. You ain't seen the video on it? They got the Hellcat in one of
I know
these,
in the
man.
Wrangler
There.
they do. I didn't know they did it in the Gladiator yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the Hellcat in it now.
I know you can. Aftermarket does that. I didn't think Jeep did it yet.
I don't know, but they're selling them with the Hellcat in them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if.
There's an aftermarket company that does that. And like the regular Wrangler, you can get the Hemi in it now. It's not the Hellcat motor, but it's a Hemi. It's a 392 Hemi.
Right.
And they're like $75,000 for those. But if you really want power, you got to go electric.
Electric.
They got electric Jeep. You know that
Right,
E-Jeep. It's a
right,
hybrid. Oh, electric anything has. I mean, it's twice the torque. It's twice the torque to go electric.
We'll get
That's what
Scotty.
people don't get yet. It's like we have to reprogram ourselves to where we can talk about Hemis and Corvettes and all that junk, and you get a stupid Tesla 4-door. It's the fastest production car in the world right now. It's a 0 to 60 1.9. There's good YouTubes out there that show this guy. He's an older guy in Florida, and he goes to all the local drag strips, and there's guys that show up with these big, giant tire muscle cars, and he just blows them away, just destroys them. with his stupid Tesla sedan, 4-door sedan. So.
I think I just watched the thing where they raced the Tesla against either a brand new 21 Hayabusa or something, and it beat the bike.
Yeah, because the bike can't get the traction down.
Right.
Yeah. They're all 0 to 60 in 3 seconds because of traction problems. The Tesla 0 to 60 in 1.9. Production. Consistently with the air condition on in the radio.
Right.
Silently, just poof. It's hilarious to watch one on the drag strip. And they're restricted.
Well, there's no transmission either. So you direct connect
drive.
power straight to the.
Yeah. And, you know, they're restricted to have to be a 10-second quarter at the drag strips because it doesn't have a full roll cage inside. So the guy has to let off at the end. You can see his brake lights at the end. So he can get that 10-second mark and not go under that. So, yeah. But anyway. Let's put
ready to go down this deadly gravel driveway.
where all the old people go. You got enough white hair. You're in.
Yeah. All right, we're hanging out here in Rabbit Town Cafe near Gainesville, Georgia. We got Scotty.
We're hanging out with the old people.
He
That's
told
where all
me-
the old people come to eat, these cafes.
He told me this is where old people eat, and I had to come here with him.
Well, that's because you got white hair.
Well, yeah.
I mean, well, on your face anyway. You're qualified. You can come here now. But where else are you going to get a big, nice plate of food like that for $7?
Yeah, you're right. Pretty good food here. It's wasn't bad.
There's another one's a lot better.
You get to go up like a buffet thing, and they scoop it out for you. Whatever you want. They had chicken, beef, pork. You get one meat, and then you get a couple sides with it. I got mac and cheese and green beans, and Scotty got some beef with, what'd you get? Rice and
I don't know, but they got pretty good stuff.
pretty
It's a
good stuff.
Cafe, what do they call these places, man? Rabbit Town. There's another one too. It's better,
This is like
but
the
it's
little,
further away, and it's the same thing. It's full of all the white hair. So if you got a grandparent or something that's old and bored, bring them here. Last time I went over to that other place, I ended up sitting at a table with a bunch of these geezers. I mean, I'm starting to be a geezer now myself, right? I'm getting there, right? Because I'm a snowbird, I've been going to south and north for so many years. I've been staying in places where there's a lot of snowbirds over the years. And I used to be the young guy there, right? But now I'm growing into it. So I ended up hanging out at a table with a bunch of geezers and talking with them. They're usually friendly.
yeah.
So we got a friend of mine was just called me and said his mother, they're very old. He said she's like ready to die. It surprised him that she said that. She's like, but all they do is stay home and do nothing. I said, well, find one of these cafes, take her there. There's places where the old folks hang out and shoot the bull with each other. You get a social lab going. You know? Social lab. It's important.
Yeah, it is important.
Yeah, it's like human nature, man. You gotta have some friends and sit and shoot the bull, even if you're 80 years old
Right.
or whatever. Well, I'm 61 and you're
Enjoying the
younger,
life.
but I'm prettier, so. Well, I ain't pretty anymore, I don't think, but I used to be. Does that count?
So, I'm heading out today, you're heading out tomorrow. Then you'll be up my way. Asheville.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah. Yep.
That gives me Thursday and Friday to work on that bike, or work on that engine. I want to take my bike apart for the weekend.
Now, do you have to put that back together? He bored that block out, but do you have to put that everything back together, pistons? and
Yeah,
all
I
that?
would have taken it apart myself, but I wasn't there, and you got to wait for the machine work.
Right.
I've got my engine's got an oiling issue, and I'd fix it, but I have another engine that's younger and in better condition. And a friend of mine gave me a set of heads some years ago, and I had another friend. They need a rebuild. I paid him to rebuild them, and while he was there, he flowed them. I've never had flowed heads before. I wanted to try them, and this engine's younger, so I just called up Jody and I said, take that engine apart for me. I told him I'd pay him, take that engine apart and get it some pistons and a bore job if it needs it, and get the gaskets, and when I get there I'll put it together and put it in. Because you got to wait on the machine work and all that. So, you know, I told him take it apart. And so he says that all the pieces are there. I'm going to put the engine together. Then I don't want to have my own bike down. I want to start on my bike on Monday. He closed on the weekends, you see.
Right.
I want to be there on Monday so that I can.
So he wouldn't let you work on it on the weekend?
It's closed.
I know.
It's a shop. This is a
Right.
regular shop.
Right.
I could go in there, but it's not really. It's better to do it while they're
Right.
open. So I can put the engine. I'm putting the top end on it. So the engine's on the bench and put the top end together and putting it all together. There's a couple things I want to do to it, so I can start that and still have my bike running. I think I got to decide whether I want to put a Panther belt on it or not while I'm in there. I don't like these Gates belts. They squeal.
Well,
They
you
make
told him
noise.
to order one, so you might as well
No,
put
I
it
didn't
on.
tell him to order it
Oh.
yet. I said, can you get stuff quick still? He said, yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that while I'm up there. I haven't ordered it. They just put a belt on, man. Put another one on.
Yeah. You got it, man. You like doing that stuff. You good.
No, I don't. I used to love fixing these things, man. In the old days, everybody worked on their own bikes, like you were saying. You don't know how to work on them. Some guys are not mechanically inclined. That's always been that way. But when I start riding Harleys, everybody working their own bikes. Something go wrong with it, I have my valves go out. My buddies are like, pull the heads off. We'll take a look at them. Another friend of mine hand lapped them, fixed them, and I put them back on. That's when I learned how. I started doing it, and we used to always fix our stuff. And so I'm just still doing that.
Right.
That's how I learned. Trial and error, have to. And then when you live on the road like I do, there comes a point when you have to start fixing your shit. I don't know how else you would do it unless you're a retired billionaire or something. So I used to really enjoy it because this is the thing. When you do anything with your own hands, it means more to you. It doesn't matter if you're building a deck off.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anything else for you?
No. It doesn't matter if you're building a deck. It doesn't matter if you're building a deck off the back of your house. Anything you do with your own hands means more to you. Whether you're making clothes or anything you do that way. And so guys who get real close to their bikes. Nowadays, a guy buys a bike, he tells everybody, wow, look at my bike, isn't it really cool? I got a lot of chrome, look at the new seat I put on, isn't this great? And then he sells it, and he gets the new model, 2 years later. Okay,
Right.
That's the way it works now. But when you're doing stuff with your own hands, when you build something with your own hands, it makes you closer to it. And I can't explain that. You have to do it to know.
Right.
I watched a guy one time crack his knuckles when the wrench slipped. And he cracked his knuckles, right? He opened his gas tank and bled into the tank. And I thought, there's a statement. I don't know what it means, but that's a statement.
Hey,
So there's this thing of where we would build them with our own hands. That's what was the beauty of Harleys. They were so simple. We could do whatever we wanted with them. So there's a thing there that's not very common anymore, but I still do it.
Hey, this is real Southern iced tea right here. Real Southern.
Nobody cares what you ate or what you're
Look.
drinking.
Look, that's real Southern because it's all sugar and a little tea.
They don't care about that.
I know. All right. What you doing? What you doing, puppy? Huh? What you doing?
Yeah, but then you get to pay no taxes on what you might not have.
We'll go this way first.
Puppy dog,
Got the dog.
going for a ride.
Kubota diesel. It uses absolutely no fuel, it seems like. This is my big bonfire pit. You need to light that on fire.
Bonfire pit.
Yeah, man,
That's awesome.
that's a 4-day burn right there. Light that big stuff on. I'll move all this junk with the excavator. I haven't been down there in a week. Last time I was down here, I guess it was before my Oktoberfest. I got trails that crisscross all through here. This trail right here. This is all, I got 4 miles of hiking motorcycle trails.
Wow.
Hydrostatic drive. This is diesel. Some people camp out down here.
By the river?
Yeah. Rivers. My property line's the river. This is one of the little campsites right here.
Right.
It's another fire ring.
It's
Set
just
your
people
tent.
you let come down here or people just come and get?
No, I let
Oh.
people that know me.
Oh,
The
okay.
hiking trail along here. We'll be in that field over there in a little while. It's the North Oconee River. Crystal clear. We're at the headwaters. It goes all the way to the ocean.
This goes all the way to the ocean? Wow.
We're at the headwaters right here. This thing's a
trails out, bush hog it out, or they were already here?
They were kind of here. You couldn't walk it when I
Right.
bought it. You couldn't walk through here.
Right.
You had to. You kind of had to hack your way through. Like I couldn't even find the property lines before I bought it. And then since I've lived here, for 5 years, I keep clearing them out. I didn't buy the tractor until about 2 years ago, so I did it all by hand before that. But since I have the tractor now, it's a lot easier. This is the other property side right here. Is this creek?
Right.
This is the other side of the property. It goes all the way up the ravine. The creek does. So this trail right here is mine. The property line goes up there, and then I'll show you where it crosses up here. We're still in two-wheel drive right now. We're not even
Right.
four-wheel drive. This thing, it's a Billy Goat. Because the engine, that diesel's so heavy
Right.
that it gives the rear wheel so good traction. This thing doesn't even have like mud grip tires or anything. It's kind of like, it's an amazing vehicle. I load the back up all the way to the roof with wood
Yeah.
for cut, it just pulls it. Don't even think about it. Love this Kubota. Now it only goes 25 miles an hour,
Right.
but I didn't want my kids to have something they were going to get hurt on anyway.
Right.
Like if they come up and want to drive it around. I didn't want a four-wheeler that went too fast, so.
I got a good YouTube video. My buddy lives over in Grantsboro near New Bern
Yep.
in coastline, North Carolina.
Yep.
He's got 83 acres of wooded land like this, and he cut trails through it.
Yeah.
But he's got a side by side. That damn thing runs 60, 70 miles an hour.
That the gas ones do.
And we, I did some filming with him riding, man, and I'm telling you, his whole plains was muddy. We were throwing mud everywhere, and I mean, it was crazy. Crazy, man.
Yeah, I didn't want my kids to be able to do that, destroy my equipment.
Right.
They don't understand it's my I gotta cut wood with it on Monday. You can come have fun with it on the weekend, but Monday rolls around and I've got to cut wood again or whatever.
Right.
It's like I can't have you tearing up all my stuff. So we just did a loop on this peninsula over here. Now we'll go to the other side. Shift this gear. High gear. You got low, high, and reverses on it. So the property line over here. So this woods right here, see that property, that survey marker?
Uh-huh.
This right here is the property line, basically. It goes right up
Tree
through here.
line.
Yep.
Oh, Scotty's back.
He's back. We'll meet up with him in a minute. So the property line, the chicken coop's not mine. This property line goes from this telephone pole, basically from that marker right there.
Right.
It goes right through this guy's backyard, through that truck. It goes all the way down to that creek. So everything on this side of that property line, all the way to the highway, is mine. Those two tires. I'll take you to the other side, then we'll come back up this side. So this is all Josh's junk. But I'm trying to clean it up. When I moved in, dude, the garbage it was piling up, you can't imagine how much I've burned. This is Daniel's property. He's got 13 acres. Josh has got 5.5 right here. Josh has never cut his grass. I'm the only one that ever cuts that grass.
That's cool.
Those are all blackberry bushes that I don't cut. I cut all this with a zero turn mower. Right here on the ground. Big dump truck. This is my other entrance. Property line's that telephone pole right there, and then it's going to go down in the woods right here, kind of on a diagonal. There's a barbed wire fence right down in there. That's the property line. So everything there is mine. See the barbed wire fence right here. This is the edge of my property right here. And there again, there's trails all through here. You can see a trail right here. I haven't ridden them in a week, so they're not, you know, the leaves are on them. If I get out here with the dirt bikes full of, gets all the leaves up. So all that property's mine, all the way to the house, which is 2 mountains away, basically. And then I gotta get up.
Oh, there went a big ass spider.
Yep. It's a garden spider. Here he is.
Oh, come on. I don't know. It don't matter.
Get him over there, so he's doing a garden spider. Now the property line goes diagonal down that way. See, the fence is way over there.
Right.
But now it goes diagonal this way. All this will be mine with the river. Yeah, those garden spiders were more active this year than I've ever seen. And there again, I got trails and, you know, zig and zag all through the property. There's one that goes that way.
Hiking or motorcycle trail, right? Dirt bike trail.
Yep. And I either cut it with the zero turn or the bush hog or whatever.
There's a big log across the...
Yeah, that fell lately. I mean, the whole tree just fell, doesn't it? Right over that. Come out here with the tractor with the bush hog. So this is a little shooting shack, I call it. It's a 100-yard range down to there. You can see the benches are cut out and everything to shoot from. Weatherby ammo casings in there and stuff like that's what I found. Old Weatherby ammo. Now we're going to the other edge. So we had one edge that was all the way in the creek. Our fence we were following coming down here goes behind all this underbrush. Took the AR-15s out here and shot it and just drained the water out of it. This is that trail on the river. So we're right up against the river now.
So you gonna start your little GoPro channel up? I mean,
YouTube, yeah. I need to write taxes off. I was looking at that while I was at the bank on my phone.
Right.
Monetize YouTube account, tax write-offs.
I might have to start monetizing mine and just
Get tax write-offs.
put music in it. I can't use music.
Exactly. This is my motocross track. So these are actually jumps. But my son, you know, he just didn't ride his motorcycle this summer very much.
Yeah.
He had to go back to school July 5th. And so none of the jumps really got used this year because I don't use the jumps. A lot of people camp right here, and I'll show you the road that goes up. Stop right here. So, big old black walnut.
Yeah.
So a lot of people camp here, and then they build a fire on that sandbar. And then, see, this is, we came down here. The other campsite I was talking about right over here, and there's a bridge right here, like a walking bridge. I've done all the fitness stuff where you can do dips and everything. See that bridge? This was an old deer stand right here. I need to take this up one day. But this bridge is a walking bridge between the two camp areas, I call them. But you can't drive from that side to this side. Unless you're on a motorcycle, you can take this trail. There's a trail that goes right here. But you walk from campground to campground, and there again, you know, you got all the river and all that. The river's a rock bottom right here. It's like solid.
Oh, solid rock. Yeah. Solid rock bottom.
Yep. It's lowest level it's going to get, I guess.
That's nice. Nice to have a little river down here.
Yeah, you got fresh water. Get your call your water filter or something. Pigs, you coming? Come on, girl.
Oh, still standing back there.
Coming? He goes away.
It's like I'm going across the bridge.
Phoebes! Phoebes, you coming? Come on, girl! Come on, girl! Let's go! Come on, Phoebes! Can't see.
Yeah.
Barely here. Can't see at all. Phoebes! Come on, let's go! Come on. Coming? Come on. Come on, let's go. Good girl, come on. Come on, let's go. Crazy dog. So this is a natural spring right here. It comes off one of my mountains over there, and then it weaves its way down the mountain, and then I've dug this creek out so that it'll follow this instead of just splashing out into the shallows right here. And I built two little bridges across it, one here and then one down there, so we can drive equipment across it.
Right.
I built them with those plastic pipes. They're like natural spring. This is if you got a four-wheel drive truck, you drive it down this road to that field. Or a dirt bike. You got like a BMW GS or like that Super Tenere,
Yeah.
you can drive it down this road to get to that campsite right there. I've never driven a full dresser down.
Scotty'd probably try it.
Nah, he wouldn't even try it.
You don't
He'll
think
get
so?
stuck.
Yeah.